afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane. We are off here to an absolutely exciting 1 versus 1 right here on Langra scale. In the northern half, we shall be watching here the Machine fighting for the United States of America, taking on the fight here for the 1st Armored Division, clashing versus VindicareX here, fighting for the Oberkommando West, fighting for the 2nd SS Panzerdivision Das Reich. Commanders are armor, airborne and rifle here for Machine. VindicareX on your hand shall be counting off here with Luftwaffe, fortifications and elite armor. In fact, he goes straight off for elite armor here within the beginning moments of the game, alongside a Kubelwagen. We're back here to the Machine, following up there. The full squad probably here for VindicareX. More riflemen on the way. He's rushing ahead here with his Kubelwagen, scouting out the American positions. Ja, Dieter, I see nothing here but the emptiness of the... Oh, shut up, Fritz. It's all that poetry. I'll punch in the face again. And there you go, going into the cut point, but there you go, the Kubelwagen over here basically guarding the point, ensuring that the Machine initially won't be able to sort of get to any action here. But why going up here meanwhile? It's a reinforced steel barricade to ensure that no Americans will sneak through there unless they get some very heavy equipment. And a bit of suppression there going down the rear echelon troops, but at the same time leaving the guard here open. Getting a few kills there. Poor Joe did not survive the encounter with the Kubelwagen. Points are being secured. Kubelwagen shifting up here, though he's trying to connect point. Striking back rapidly. There's a fury of one Kubelwagen with machine gun on top. Quickly suppressing the rifleman right there. Although we've seen our rifle scrap here, quickly flanking out on the Kubelwagen. Good job there. Kubelwagen down to less than half health. Need to get away and past the on troops. No direct path here due to someone laying down reinforced steel barricade. I wonder who that was. So has to make his way all the back down here. Sturmpaniers are nearby. Rear echelon troops taking up positions. Sturmpaniers charging in, sending them into suppressive mode. Getting to the building. Volksgrenadier is heading west. 2 squads so far of the Volksgrenadier. Opening up here with the Kubelwagen. There's on to the building. He quickly baits them jump on to attack again. Very interesting here. Kubelwagen down to half health. There's on troops here trying to get behind here. He might be trying to sort of. No, they got out in front. They're getting suppressed. Riflemen then exchange position with the Sturmpaniers flying on, but they need to get away. They are in a bit of a bad position. They might get the rear troops. No, they take a very safe retreat path. Volksgrenadiers coming up here as well. Kubelwagen continue to fire rifles as well. Volksgrenadiers continue ignore. They do not provide any support. Volksgrenadiers then get caught out in the open. Kubelwagen seem to be taking most of the shots here, like a big bucket. Using the Germans here falling back, in particular the Kubelwagen not looking good so far. No sign of a supply truck upgrade here for Vindicare. Riflemen moving in, dropping poor Jürgen there.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Riflemen arriving from the north. We're seeing a full rifleman start here from the Machine. No commander choice yet from him. On the other hand, getting first a fuel point now. By the way, his strategies and tactics so far, while it's been able to apply some pressure upon VindicareX at the same time, have denied him fuel. Again, considering the Germans' fuel disadvantage, it's hardly going to make a world of a difference for him, basically. So in that regard, he's not exactly half bad off already. Kubelwagen finally seeing some repairs. Not that it is exceedingly difficult to repair something like that. A bit of welding, a bit of duct tape. There's some troops moving up here. 3rd Volksgrenadier squad on the way. In fact, looks like he's got 4 Volksgrenadiers up here, Mr. VindicareX. Finding here versus the rear on 2 more riflemen moving in. Ambulance on the way here for the Machine. So both players with a bit of heavy infantry, though. A machine gun here from the Kubelwagen and Sturmpaniers adding further background here to VindicareX forces. But at the same time, in the terms of raw infantry firepower, Machine here definitely enjoys the advantage over VindicareX, considerably noting here, for example, the rifle base just walks up to the Volksgrenadiers and beat the snot out of them.
Ambulance taking the field.
Not exactly a good condition here for the Volksgrenadiers. Again, it certainly does personally highlight some of the issues with them, as they're not effective infantry. Of course, I'll stay my way over that. But again, opening up here, Kubelwagen forces with the riflemen. Bit of combination work there. As troops hang about here. Might be trying to go for the cut-off point, I suppose. Not a bad idea if the Kubelwagen can support. And maybe some other Volksgrenadiers. He could lay down some sandbags right here, so the opponent can't use the sandbags as well, by the way. Rear to charging in again. Lieutenant following up here for the machine. No turn of sandbags here, that could again. I mean, right here you can basically ensure if you lay it straight up to the point that, you know, you can only use it, essentially. I mean, they will benefit your opponent. It seems like he is not going for that. At the same time, a small assault going down south. We're noting here, Battle Group headquarters up. A bit of an interesting choice considering what he went for. I mean, he went for elite armor right off the bat. You would think he might then go for a mechanized regiment instead, sort of begin already here trading fuel, for example, sort of prepare for the panzers, for example, or get something else that might sort of benefit that a bit more in the longer term as well. For example, also help repair the Kubelwagen without having to dispatch Sturm Pioneers. But so far, VindicareX is actually gaining a bit of a strong hand here, sort of gaining a nice control of the map. And now the Kubelwagen is already once more finding himself as a really big target and taking quite a bit of damage, and was both forced to pursue a slightly more awkward path out of there due to again someone having laid down some reinforced steel barricades. I do not know who. Rather moving up here, once more charging at the full speed, though, of course, with the Battle Group headquarters, grenades are now available to sort of dissuade the Americans from moving too close. And there you go, the Stielhandgranate of Doom, or at least Boom. But then you got at the same time nice executed flank here. Rifle sneak up behind the full speed for bringing them quite handily away. Interesting to know, I mean, the way that VindicareX is playing, he's actually really only sort of reinforcing the weakness of the Volksmen in some senses. He's definitely not playing to their strengths whatsoever, which is certainly giving the machine a better chance of getting back on the field to a certain extent. And now we know here the Lieutenant is out, and an M20 is rapidly following up here, and that's certainly also going to take advantage of another issue we see here slightly with VindicareX forces, currently very weak in anything that could deal with a light vehicle. And again, that could also be the reason for making a mechanized regiment either a flak half-track, which would have been the chief in terms of fuel, but certainly also laid up down some pressure there. A Puma, I suppose, could also be a choice, either way. It's a Kubelwagen flying there, there's a rifleman running. Another assault going down there. Attempted laying down mines, good job, but immediately spotted here and the surprise ruined. And there we go, anti-tank rifle grenade here on the Kubelwagen. Nice bit of damage there, veterancy too. Making it more mobile, though with the damaged engine, that's hardly going to matter.
M20, ready for action.
Looks like, ooh, that's quite the impressive sandbagging that's going on here. Seems a bit excessive though, in particular considering he's not exactly coordinating much with his Volksgrenadiers. Spreading out nonetheless, rather than forced away. And there you go, the M20 armoured skirts on the way to further increase its durability. Rifleman, oh, Lieutenant here charging in on the Volksgrenadiers. Poor Jack went down, but nonetheless the rest close in, get into cover, and should be able to sort of fire up close. Then that should definitely cause the Volksgrenadiers to rapidly retreat. M20 meanwhile here on a rampage as well. And there you go, the Lieutenant successfully sends the Volksgrenadiers packing. We're seeing the supply half-track moving ahead. Kubelwagen moving back for repairs. And there you go, the M20 moving forward. Looks like he might have planned something there with the truck, but looks like the M20, well, cancelled set plans. I mean, if he was going to set up a truck then, I mean, he would have been in a lot of trouble since M20 could then have torn through it. In particular, since VindicareX at the moment says there's absolutely nothing to stop it. It looks like a Volksgren squad is very much in danger of getting mowed down. There we go. M20 with the Mardus on top. And he's going to... Yes, there we go. Volksgrenadier tot. Sehr tot. No sign of Raketenwerfer or a puncher strike so far here. Oh, there we go. It's a Raketenpanzerwüchse. Got the Kubelwagen holding up the centre, moving up. Not well, though. Now the Volksgrenadier units running, but this time not without getting gutted in the process. Or without getting gutted. At the same time, we have Panzer quarters here. Halfway through. We could see Obersoldaten then, amongst other things. And there we go. Now the M20 is aware of the German anti-tank capabilities.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Looks a bit of a small strike there versus the Americans on the left flank. This cover doesn't get too close. There we go. But already had able to get close before they can even suppress them, of course. Looks like they're going to make another push for the fuel point there. Volkswagen's holding up here, no attempt sorting back those riflemen. Mining gate dragging up their riflemen, lots with Lieutenant support. Stone Pioneers and Volkswagen's a bit of trouble, and there we go, the Stone Pioneers are getting dropped first. Nice job then identifying the main priority, which is the Stone Pioneers, also picking to sort of focus down. The Volkswagen's then scores the next target, and definitely now much weaker. Kubelwagen once more rather damaged. We've got an M20 moving in as well. Will this be the end of the mighty Kubelwagen? Or semi-mighty anyways. No Panzerwreck to cover it up by the way, and there we go. Looks like the M20 put a rather permanent stop to that. Over to the VindicareX. Obersoldaten on the way. Still about, well, 4 to 5 command points to go before the Panzer IVs are available. Certainly fuel reserves are not looking in that direction either.
A resource sector has been isolated.
Also looks like the one lost Volkswagen squad was replaced by others. Panzerwreck flying through the air. The M20 moving up here close, and we see here a rapid retreat then sort of following up here for VindicareX's men. Another unit moving up there. Could be more Panzerwreck on the way. No, but he might be worrying about it. And here we go. He left the unit here a bit too long. We might see the attempt to sort of flush them out, or at least sort of ensure they can't easily retreat. In which case, you actually need to just retreat now before it becomes too low health. In which case, Lieutenant and friends will definitely have a good chance of basically wiping out on retreat. Stone Pioneers are flanking in, but already head down to 2 men. Very little health. M20 also moving in. Volkswagen's moving up, and we got the Obersoldaten as well. There we go, trying to retreat. But I fear it will be too late. And there we go, told.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Another Obersoldaten unit on the way here. So VindicareX definitely beginning to ply his trade with a much tougher gentleman of war. 2 SS veterans from the Eastern Front and elsewhere.
Supply half track is ready for orders.
Attention! Ready yourself for orders!
So now he's definitely got a better chance of striking down his opponent. Another truck arriving. He could, by the way, consider laying down a booby trap there with the Obersoldaten here and there. In particular, I mean, might want to consider guarding a fuel point again. I'm actually a bit surprised he moved his spare panzer quarters here and not closer here to, for example, the fuel point to guard that. That's actually a bit of an interesting decision there by VindicareX. Though it seems like he's now shifting everything over towards the right-hand side to a lesser extent, leaving here to just guard these 2 points, which I suppose also works. Then maybe just sort of defend around here. I mean, that might have a chance of working. There we go, assault going in there, right out in the open versus the Obersoldaten and MD-34. Bit of a nasty damage going on there. But they continue to close in, just charging in like a small horde. Another Obersoldaten unit is covering everything. And there you go, we got the rifles simply going to be torn to bits.
Anti-tank ammunition is authorized.
More Volkswagen are arriving here to the front line. And 20 moving up. Another Obersoldaten down. And there you go, looks like Panzerwreck finally connects here with the M20. That's definitely going to consider the machine here to be a bit more careful. That's just one game for the Obersoldaten. 7 kills already. Striking down the enemies of the Third Reich. With great fury and lots of bullets. And there you go, the Lieutenant almost right out here. Rapid retreat, Volkswagen's moving up. There we go. Heavy fire going in. Officers available, only 1 command point away, but fuel is still definitely not looking good. If only gone for the mechanized regiment, instead he might have been much closer, in fact, to the Panzer IV battle group. And we see a captain up here for the machine. It's a captain, the good captain, pouring bazooka rockets down the Kraut's throats. Looks like a Panzerwreck was actually dropped, or a unit was lost. Tragically so. And now if he decides to replace that with a Volkswagen squad, now he's actually getting a Kettenwerfer. Interesting. So far no sign of a commander here, by the way, by the machine. Nothing that could indicate that he might go on for something. All a bit quiet across here though. Getting back the fuel point here again. Panzer on the way for those gentlemen. Another decisive push up the centre. Looks like we're actually seeing bazookas upgraded here for the machine. He seems worried about a sudden outcome of light armour, it would seem. Maybe it's the looks, or maybe something else. Either way, we are seeing bazookas being handed out now. In fact, we're seeing a larger quantity of bazookas here available for the machine. Obviously, quickly shifting to the building. Good job there. That's something making it hard as he dislodge. And also making it a bit safer here from the M20. At the same time, over here, massive assault going in. Grenades now would seem also available here for the machine. So slowly and steadily improving his riflemen. And the capability looks like another... Oh, they're still there. Just looked like they've been wiped out. Oh, we still somehow missed that. They hadn't.
The Americans have cut our supply line.
Still retaining control here, Oberson moving forwards. Volkswagen, need to be careful there, 46. And I can now setting up home to get down 20, and there we go, shot fire, but not quite getting the killing blow. A sliver of health left here for the M20. The armoured skirt's probably paying off a bit there, maybe, who knows? At the same time, Volkswagen is fighting on their own. Okay, we go, grenade going off on the Volkswagen here, Scheisse! Unit torch, kaput. Looks like he might be able to get the lieutenant though. Kill that damn American junior. Ah, Scheisse. Van Rundstedt will not like this. But closing in here on the Panzer Force, though we will still have to wait about, well, 4 minutes or so before he can get it. Well, 3 minutes. And looks like armour has been chosen here by the machine. A bulldoze out. A bulldoze out. Obersoldaten doing whatever an Obersoldaten does, that is shoot down Americans with impunity, or without impunity, alright. Barben attacking from the north, Volkswagen Sturm Pioneers moving in. There we go, Veterancy 2. Kenwerf Hanninger getting off a good shot there on the bulldozer. That's a bit of an unfortunate shot there, but nonetheless managed to save the Germans. Always on here. Could try to clear up the building there with a quick geballte Ladung through the windows. There we go. Will he react? Yes, indeed. Oh, he actually used a smoke grenade. Clever, clever. Also ensures they can't immediately move in unless they fancy choking to, well, near death inside the building. Clever move there. Well played by Vindicare. Of course, it also prevents him from getting into the building as well. There we go. There you go. A minute or so. The assault that continues taking back to the building. Americans advance here. Full-on wave. And ultimately the German lines cannot maintain against such pressure, need to fall back. A rather unfortunate situation there for VindicareX.
Stand ready, Kameraden. Pupchen ready.
Pupchen ready. And there you go, shifting towards west, they're trying towards here.
Americans are making a push.
So we do seem like some mobiles on ready to sort of counter this already. VindicareX predicting what the machine might do. Not that it's going to be a huge surprise, he might try again for the fuel point. Since he's all done that several times, but there we go. We are now mere seconds away. Captain being engaged with the Obersoldaten. And there we go, Panzer 4, battle group ready. Only took him almost. There you go, 2 Panzerkampfwagen, 4 Ausführung J. Oberson were actually forced away there by the captain. Maybe they were a bit too close, to be honest. And we're seeing some, maybe some up. There we go, armoured skirts on the way for the veterans. See 1 Panzer 4, the other one getting nothing so far. But that might soon happen. Oh wait, 2 Panzer 4s striking vorwärts. That's definitely going to force the machine here to fall back in the face of such armoured might. We also know here tank destroyer has immediately been called in with the Panzer Force. M20 is still standing back, not doing much.
Send your orders. Armor ready.
Panzer Force firing. Need a bit of support there. Volkswagen is also moving up. Good. The Kenner Volta there. Lots of shooting, in fact, going on there. Panzer Force seem to pull a bit awfully much back. Now there's the infantry in the way. Quick grenade here versus the Climactic troops there by the farmstead entrance. Volkswagen squad wiped out on retreat. Not looking good there. Other unit also falling back. I can't remember if they continue to shoot here. Panzer Force sneaking up there to take a few shots there from behind the house. Good job there. Viper squad could get wiped here for him, but no. Successfully pulls off an escape. Also now here veterans to free on these Obersoldaten. That shall help. And looks like we might see some more skirts on the way here soon for VindicareX for the other Panzer IV. Further increasing the armoured might here of him.
Armor here.
Right now he might have a decent chance here of pushing back the machine. So he should definitely take advantage of that sort of push forward here with his Panzer IV as much as possible before the machine can really properly react to this.
You're starting to get under my skin.
Alongside the other assets he can muster. A push for the cut-off point, in fact, would be a good idea, so that's denying access to most of the resources here. Looks like the machine realising what's going on, or at least part of it, or what potentially could go on. It's actually pulling back towards a fuel point here, guarding that versus a quick strike here, though again his sense is a bit unguarded, as he figures that most of the sorcemen here will take care of that. Shots going off, they've actually turned like head by the way. Panzer IV not quite in a sort of position to really support things. The other Panzer IV position move up, and looks like here a bazooka left behind of all things as well. Veteran fear there for the Kenner for retreating here in the face of the rifleman. Bazooka's fine, but failing to penetrate the mighty frontal arm of the Panzer IV. More shots going off. Captain, they almost run up here, but the Obersoldaten 27 kills already in the name of the Reich. Panzer Force once more in a bit of a nasty situation. He could consider now setting up a mechanized regiment headquarters, thus get the auto repair and also begin training more fuel towards the next Panzer IV battle group call in. Or maybe a Lux or a Panther from here. The options are definitely there, you should definitely consider them as well. And also get that Panzer IV here repaired. Schnell! Bazooka reacquired here by severe echelon troops. Looks like we might see the mechanized regiment going up. The machine still, to a certain extent, standing strong. No taking up here. One Panzer IV Mortal J moving ahead. There we go. Looks like some rockets actually managed to penetrate. Though it looks like the M10 is also firing away. They're getting off a good shot there on the Panzer IV. Panzer IV number 1 getting repaired here. Mechanized regiment almost done, almost done.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Ooh, nice rocket there on the M10. Got the one of Family Sherman also firing away. Interesting response to actually go sort of for this armored doctrine versus VindicareX. But so far seems to be doing well, and in fact the M10 also doing alright. So far anyways. But there you go, one Panzer IV already, the other one almost done as well. Technically though, the Model Js did not have these kind of armoured skirts, they were actually wire mesh. Since they were rather realising this actually had no effect on bazookas and such, and just went for the cheaper wire mesh where they actually suspected had an effect on stuff like rocket launchers and whatnot. So little detail there. Although, I'll admit the more solid armour skirts look, well, noticeably more pretty and cool. But still, you know, one has to point it out nonetheless. Panzer IV moving fit, getting veterans 1. We also know One's gone up here with a pin machine gun. Firing vehicle. Looks like Infantry could go down. The Climactic setting up. No, once more managed to get away. That resistance troops almost wiped out. Close to HQ for the Panther 4. Damaging another. And there we go, trying to knock it out. There we go, Vetri to increasing accuracy and also making the turret turn faster. Fun fact about the Panther 4 actually, at least the Model J, actually turned its turret slower due to the fact it had to be hand cranked after they removed the little engine for that. So, little fun fact there, Captain moving in. No, into a building that's about to collapse though. Other Panther were getting repaired as well. Flak, half-track firing away, the building's getting bombarded here. The Captain being very courageous, rifling in as well. Getting pummeled there by the 2 Panther 4s. Time for the mid-game analysis. VindicareX still remains a bit on the back foot, but let's have a look here immediately at the machine. Also in terms of damage, VindicareX is leading in kills and damage. They're not by a huge amount. And we also note here in terms of population, also reasonably close, though in terms of raw unit force. I mean, we're noting here that the machine has a notably large infantry force. We've got 4 rifleman squads, several of them veterans of 3, decked out with bazookas, ready to cause a bit of problem there for the Panther Force every turn. The Captain, the Lieutenant, and we got the Major as well. We got the Sherman here, we got the M10. We still got the utility car somehow still hanging around, though looks like it might actually been replaced and it's got no kills. Interesting, interesting. Maybe he's laid down some mines? No? No? Oh, wait, there we go. So mines have in fact been laid down. Lovely. Lovely, clever little bastard. But currently, I mean, he's got more control on that. In fact, he's got more control of the open spaces, which also means it's VindicareX which has to break out into this, and that could also, to some extent, give the machine a bit more of an advantage of holding back him. I mean, currently, considering what's going on, getting an M36 would be a good idea to sort of hold back the Panther forces. They'll definitely sort of be one of the more nasty highlights over the rest of his force, in particular with the 105mm German, can sort of hold back the infantry quite nicely. So he focused on breaking down these panzers plus any further armour that might be brought in here by the VindicareX, who should be holding out reasonably well. And looking at VindicareX, I mean, we're noting here the infantry force, though, to a certain extent more veteran. I mean, we've got veteran 4 orbital down. Those are always nice. I actually think currently there's a slight bug here where it's supposed to allow them to suppress, but they actually don't at veteran 4, which is quite the shame, actually. But still, I mean, he's got a much smaller force overall, as you might notice. Some of it, part of it's more veteran. He's got the veteran 4 orbital down. He's got the veteran 4 this, and of course, you've got the 2 Panther Force. One of them veteran 2, the other one close to veteran 2, so you have to sort of apply some more damage. Right now, I think he should begin training munitions for fuel. He should just begin amassing fuel, either sort of get a Panther to back up his armoured forces, or get another pair of Panzer IVs, and that way basically getting 4 of them, in which case he might actually be able to bring down his opponent with the armoured fist of the Third Reich, maybe. Though of course, I mean, with the mines about here, certainly things could get very ugly if he's not careful. And certainly should also begin sort of trying to harass the fuel again, sort of going for points over here. He's getting a bit too focused over here. He's getting a bit of a case of a minor tunnel vision, which can always be quite dangerous versus a clever and stubborn and skilled opponent. And the machine is definitely all of those. Well, I don't know if he's actually stubborn, but he's clever. Clever bastard. So, I mean, keep that in mind. So right now, that's really, I think, could be one of the greater threats here of VindicareX. I'm still surprised they didn't go for this one again, but you would imagine, I mean, to some extent I feel it's necessary. You need to have fuel transport to really support this kind of commander play. To sort of really get, and had he done it, I think could have the Panther Force up earlier, which could give him a bit of a better early upper hand versus the machine. But back to the machine, back to the fight. Veterans 1 here for the M10, which opened up here for high velocity armor piercing rounds, which certainly will make quite good work there versus the Panther Force, even with the Schutzen on. So that's pretty decent there for him. Panther Force that are getting repaired. Schnell. Bit of sandbags going up there. Lieutenant charging forwards. Ready to make the other bastard die for his country. Captain filing up here, and we also think he's got quite a bit of upgrades. So the only thing he hasn't gotten is the BAR weapon rack. Beyond that, I mean, he's got them really sort of decked out. In fact, he's still maintaining that 4 rifleman squad. In fact, he's got just a massive infantry force, which allows him to overall pressure around much better to a certain extent, though. I mean, the orbital gun certainly allows him to sort of keep down the pressure as well versus Mr. The Machine. There goes shots going off. There we go. Panzer Force opening. Having the lieutenant. Lieutenant there needs to be careful. Alternating here. Got the officer up. Here's the Panzer officer. Shots fired. That's the enemy. Forces forced to fall a bit back there. He's now getting a bit more cautious again. He's in fact lacking something besides the M10 sort of really keep the Panzer Force sort of at bay, at arm's length. He's only got him sort of basically short with the bazookas. He's starting to try to get close and basically savage him at the throat. He's still keeping at bay here. VindicareX seems a bit cautious. Veteran 5 for the Raketenwerfer. That could be really bad news here for the machine's armor. Also knowing here, with these two, he's actually got access to combat blitz on both. So I mean, that could also be something to consider, basically just launching a quick combat blitz, getting behind some of the more thicker armored things and knocking them up that way, and then launching up an infantry assault from another side. But again, nothing so far. Raketenwerfer sitting up here. I'm surprised he's not really, you know, supporting the infantry with the Panzer Force, or even leading with the Panzer Force, then supporting with the infantry. His tactics at the moment seem rather timid here, a bit passive. And then go back to another Panzer Force, increasing that accuracy as well, increasing that kill ability. Looks like there we go, rifle squad was actually wiped out. A veteran 3 unit. Another reassuring unit here trying to make a run near the bazooka. Can they make it? And there we go, Johnny picked it up, but Johnny got blown to bits, and now Johnny's no more. And looks like here we're seeing VindicareX making a very cautious advance here. Obersoldaten taking up the flank. Veteran 5. Looks like they barely make it out of the Veteran 5 Obersoldaten. Heroes of the Reich. Knights crossholders. Men who have slain 1,000 Russians and then afterwards 100 Americans and lived to tell the tale. At least for the time being.
Armor ready.
There they go, Panzer Force making their way forwards.
Send your orders.
Vetchi 2 here on the Sherman as well. He could be pushing forward, he could try to cut off, and now we see here that Jackson is on the way, so now the press is definitely going to increase further. Another Raketenwerfer up here. I'm pushing forward. Shots fired there. Jackson took quite a bit of damage. Sherman took a bit of a shot there as well. Now might be the time to sort of deliver a real coup de grace here, or at least a real kick to the lower regions. But again, VindicareX seems a bit reluctant or withholding, or maybe just a bit wise here. Major under fire here. Troops sneak up on the west flank. The machine not intimidated by this display of panzer power. Stepping up the west flank. Whoops, did not mean to stop that. Looks like he's ready to sort of strike towards the building on the Raketenwerfer inside. Panzer Force doing nothing. No attempt at mines either. And all of these men are just a huge, tasty target, but no response either there. Veteran 3 still on points. There you go. Arming forward. There you go. With the Jackson mine, do you think he's looking at sort of making an assault? He might try to keep the Panzer occupied to sort of allow the Jack sort of sneak into the chaos. There you go. Lots of shots there, which supposedly increases damage. I'm not really seeing it, to be honest. But then again, taking that down to half health, maybe it does. Either way, I mean, he should be pushing forwards now. If he really do more damage, he really should be taking advantage of it again. There just seems to be him holding back. Jack's M10 almost down, but still gets away. Raketenwerfer's not quick enough to support moving either. Raketenwerfer. Overall, that seemed a bit like a sort of botched engagement there, honestly, for VindicareX. Perhaps not as far away, troops are forced away. Lots of grenades. Forcing away these Veterans 5 Obersoldaten. Panzer Force forced to pull back here. They're both close to Veterans 3, which would increase their rate of mobility, but also make them more mobile, and definitely a greater headache there for the machine. Over to VindicareX, though. SS Panzer crews here. Quickly having their panzers touched up as quickly as can be done. Looks like, oh, he's using a Veteran 5 Raketenwerfer to try and take the victory point here. There might be a slight act of desperation there. The Panzer strike left behind. Reassuring troops are making a run for it. It's as if it's Christmas for them. Quick about landing here. Grenades being exchanged. And no, he lost to Veteran 5 Raketenwerfer. An absolute massive blow right there. Veteran 5 Raketenwerfer lost to the winds and to the United States Army. That's generally bad news. That's the sort of stuff the Führer gets a personal call about in the morning. Say what? Say lost a V-25 Rakettenwerfer. I want their heads on a pike outside Berlin. Panzer Force, they're getting repaired. Schnell, schnell. And gets it back into the fight. Volksgrenadier almost done.
Volksgrenadier are on the line.
Shots fired. And he's getting a Panther. He's getting a Panther. That could indeed work. That could indeed work. Looks like the mine here went off. Tragically so. He's wrecking the Rakettenwerfer there, apparently having no desire to use it. He's also almost a full pop cap here, though, despite having not much of the map control. He's sort of been able to sort of maintain his force, but at the cost of territory. But at the same time, might work for him out if he handles this correctly. Particularly now, he's got quite a decent tank destroyer force. This one, in fact, Veterancy 2. Rakettenwerfer, he's waiting for that Panther. I suppose we could try and make some more high explosive anti-heat rounds there. Go off. Need to cover. There you go. M10 firing. Jackson firing. Shots fired then Panzer Rakettenwerfers. Panther still on the way. Panther will need to pull back for repairs again. Combat Blitz! Combat Blitz! Nein! Just get out of there! Oh, Scheiße! One down, one down! Too slow to get out of there. And about to get wrecked. That was definitely not in good engagement there. Well, there you go. Panzerkampfwagen 5 mobilized, opening up there on the Americans. With limited success so far. Does not pursue either. Volksgrenadier holding up here with the Rakettenwerfer. Panzerstrike. Tank destroyers pulling back. Panther ready. Panther moving forwards. Volksgrenadier forced to fall back as the building actually collapses on the sheer fire of the 105mm Sherman with 31 kills, almost victory free. Panther continuing to hold back here. Lacking infantry support to actually push forwards. The orbital dart nowhere to be seen supporting it. In fact, up here by the victory point all the way behind here. Looks like trying to buy time for like this. Smoke there on the Panther, disabling the main gun for a bit there. As the crew trying to figure out what's going on. Good shots are delivered there by the two tanks, including Vetch. He's one here on the Jackson as well now. Panther will take one hit, and there we go. Vetch 2 on the Jackson. Scheiße. But need is pioneers of all kinds repairing there. The Panther, Panzer 4 will then be followed up. Though it shouldn't take too long there. Orbital done fighting a heroic fight on their own up north. Oh, no, mind, they can't suppress. He just. Oh well, grenade off. Just been ages since I've seen them actually suppress anything. Big run there for the Rakettenwerfer. Now we Panzer 4. He might, of course, then try to use heat rounds again while attacking. No, still. No sign of chaining for fuel. No sign of chaining for fuel. If you can get that to Veterancy 4, things might look pretty decent with a high range. Looks like something's being planned here. The Panthers moving up on their flank. Mines covering up here, and oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He's laying down an M20 mine here. What could he be planning? He's expecting some kind of armoured flanking move there, maybe. Get out of there, M20. Panther moving ahead. He seems to suspect nothing. Or does he suspect maybe something? No. Shots there fired. Oh, looks like, oh dear, pathing issue maybe. I'm not sure, maybe trying to order something. I know what's happening there. Storm Pioneers all taking a rather poor path there, need to retreat. No, no. Nine! The threads have been blown off! Nine! Panther abandoned. Panther 4 doing nothing to support. It's still holding back. It's still holding back. Scheisse. I mean, everything here is so damaged. If he just splits 4, maybe with a bit of this, he could have done it. I suppose if we knew the mine was there, I mean... oh well. No, your tanks will always take priority over roads if they can when it comes to moving. And now looks like we are seeing here that he's going to try and repair it, maybe? Yes, indeed. Orbs on here fighting, though. Quick grenade here to cut the retreat. Now things are being repaired here. Panther 4 not achieving much, sadly. Orbs are done, continuing their heroic defense. 47 kills! No, the M20 though might finish them off now. If they're not careful. Still no sign of training for fuel. And now a combat blitz initiated. Might try and get that Panther out of commission. A quick heat round. Well, there we go, down. But now needs to get out of there. About to lose it. He already used the combat blitz. Veterans E4. And kaput. What a shame. What a tragic shame. Two veteran tank destroyers. But tank destroyers, they're counter-attacking. Though now with only infantry, there's going to be limited what they can do. Okay, now for those seems to be veteran 2, that's good. Still managing to hold most of the map for the time being, but that's probably not going to last long. Once now there's nothing to really hold back. This veteran T3 105mm Sherman. That's pretty much just trouble. And still no sign of anything that could be trained towards fuel. 105mm making forwards, making its way forwards. Shots fired. Almost. Well, there we go. The half unit got wiped out. Never mind. Obzon counting from the south. And they got an entire unit lost. Panther strike dropped. Things are beginning to look pretty terrible here for VindicareX. Looks like he's getting a Yak Panther 4. Must be sheer desperation more than anything else. Another 105mm bulldozer on here, by the way, arriving. One hell of a shot there from the Jackson, though, failed to make any impression on the infantry. Ah, yes, it's shooting armor-piercing arm-setters. Don't worry, unless they actually hit you directly, well, in which case you're dead anyways. Well, there we go. And by the way, nice move there. He actually traded the crew here. He actually traded the crew from his tank, so I believe, over to this one, quickly getting up to veteran 2. Very good move. Very few players actually train crews here. But absolutely excellent move there. In fact, he might have traded from the M20 in the first place. Actually, might have been why it was adding up to, say, the 105mm bulldozer jam in the first place. So, really some clever tactics there by the machine. Rarely used, but great to see. Definitely something I think a lot of American players, by the way, could learn from. Definitely. And seems like he's a bit upset with his doctrinal choice. I'll admit it's a weak doctrine at the moment. It's basically provides you with several, I would describe, abilities that are in fact inferior for a higher cost than what, say, other armies might actually get. There's a few others, but overall, I mean, it's very reliant on armor. And again, you know, if you want to sort of get something out of the thing at the top here, basically you have to sort of not get anything before that. It is rather, how shall we say, limited in its utility. And that is essentially the commander's bit, the problem there, plus all, of course, the previous issues with the Orber Commander West, which, well, rather limited a bit. There you go, Yak Panther 4 down. Though at the same time, I think, you know, VindicareX could have made a better showing of things. It looks like at least he got one of the bulldozer Shermans, a small victory there. Small victory there. But I mean, again, had he gone for this before that, at the very least, instead of him training fuel for a much longer thing, I think we again gotten the Panzer force out sooner, and overall, I mean, he might have prevented some more armor versus his opponent.
Contact reports show the Americans are at 200 points.
So there is that. There is that. If you were to ask me, anyways. But a lot of armor lost here by Mr. VindicareX. Panthers, Jagdpanzers.
Volksgrenadier are on the line.
Although he did inflict some minor losses here at the end on the machine. There you go, 9 called in this time, seems to not be sitting crews on it. Orbs on here basically charging in on the rifleman. Quite impressive work. Oh, finally looks like a mine went off here. Heavy engine damage on the Sherman. That sounds a bit like a sad engine, if anything. And assault attempted assault there. That did not work out. That did not work out. He seems to be hanging on nonetheless. Can never attempt it again. And there we go. Great job there. He actually laid down a smoke screen to allow the crew to repair the ship. Oh, that's just brilliant. Smoke screen down again. Now all of a sudden everybody's using smoke. Come on. VindicareX seems a bit upset. Though, I mean, that critical repair could not have been done without basically laying down a smoke screen first. I mean, still, that deserves a thumbs up, no matter what. But again, I can understand why VindicareX might find himself a bit upset at that. Below to the machine. $50 kills.
Ready. Go ahead. Armor ready.
There we go.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits? Green as green can be. Well,
Again, I would not say it was fully because of that doctrine. Though I'll admit it's not the best. Quite the opposite. So you might as well speed this up. Since this is just not really conducive to anything. Another veteran 5 was a line unit here. And there you go, GG. GG. And the game over there. A brave fight by VindicareX, but again, I have to say, part of it was basically there was a strategic flaw of quite a proportion. Again, something I heard them from the beginning. Again, that was not going for the mechanized regiment headquarters first. Had he done that, his fuel flow would have been better. He'd been able to get the Panzer force out earlier, and I think that would have been part of the vital as well. But he might also been, say, getting out of flak half track at the very least, also that way pressure his opponent maybe a bit in some departments, something else. I mean, again, considering how good, I mean, in a previous match, really displayed his usage of the flak half track, and I'm surprised he didn't go for that. So that was basically one of sort of the larger sort of strategic flaws that came about. He also made a few critical tactical missteps here by the later game. For example, the veterans if Father Ken have a loss like that was absolutely huge in terms of the damage he did to him. Also, I think a few times there he could have pushed in with his Panzer force, actually delivered a crushing blow, finished off the machine, but instead he didn't. He held back. Again, sometimes, you know, you just have to sort of try and push in, but he didn't have it. Instead, the machine was allowed to build up. That, of course, is not to say it's just, you know, the machine won because, you know, Vindicare goofed up. Quite far from it. The machine played a strong game throughout the match. I mean, initially got pressured up, but he sort of came back slowly, surely. Make good use of bazookas, he made good use of his rifleman abilities, grenades, smoke grenades. I mean, some clever use of smoke here and there from him. That's absolutely great. I mean, always love to see some great smoke usage, sort of pull off different tactics. He attacked, he outflanked. I mean, he didn't just keep barging his head into a wall all the time. I mean, that way he kept up some good pressure, and I also really loved the way, and again, it's something I think a lot of American players could learn, particularly the more inexperienced ones, is again, he took basically, you know, oh, my M20 did alright on, but, you know, look what I can do. I can switch out my M20 crew with a raw Sherman crew and get a veteran Sherman, and he did that, and he also did, for example, tanks and whatnot. basically that way, allowing you to just keep up the pressure that way. And that way, again, you can basically gear up things. You can just say, basically, well, I've got some good mid-game pressure, I can now translate to better late-game pressure by taking, again, those good mid-game crews into some good late-game tanks, or decent late-game tanks, whatever, how you view it. So in that regard, you know, well played there by the machine, well played. I mean, to a certain extent, he might have been forced, again, had Mr. VindicareX played things a bit more aggressively, could have been forced to sort of play things differently, in which case things could have a lot differently. But overall, well played by both sides. Again, I do think, you know, VindicareX, despite having chosen, again, a rather weak commander, I mean, he could have done this. I think he could have done this had he, again, gone for this early and had a fuel transfer and everything. I think he could have worked this out. But nonetheless, very impressive work. I mean, you don't get 2 veterans in 5 overs of Darden if you don't know how a thing or two. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you'll learn something from this, because it's, I mean, really, when you get these great players going at each other, you really see a lot of interesting things, and there's some things you can definitely learn, even if you sometimes say, oh, well, you know, I wouldn't have done that, but even then there's some interesting things there. And that really was this match here. So absolutely some grade A fighting here from both players. Solid stuff. So again, very much hope you learned something from this, so you can improve your own matches when you play Company of Heroes 2. If you did, you know, feel free to subscribe to the channel, feel free to share it with everyone, let everybody see this wondrous match between VindicareX and the Machine of the United States, this allied war machine, if you will. And, you know, feel free also to disable adblock if you use that, by the way. That would be quite nice for me. And if not, you know, send in a replay note, provide some feedback in the comments. Feedback is always, you know, appreciated. You know, try to be respectful towards the players. I actually have encountered a few that seems, you know, they actually don't want to be casted because people can be a bit of a bunch of donkeys in the comments. So try to, you know, restrain yourself and be a bit civilized about it. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you'll be back another time. This is Imperial Dane wishing you all a good day.